Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Resting Easy with Chris and we are on special location down here in
Füssen, Bavaria.
And we are getting ready to run
Evening half marathon. Starts in about, what, 30 minutes?
Yes. So in 3, 2, 1, here we go!
Applaus für die Cornelia. Und das war der Status für den Halbmarathon im Jahre 2023. 21,1 Kilometer. 21,1 Kilometer. Das ist mal eine Ansage. Zweimal die Runde. Raus aus Füssen. Rein Richtung Königsschlösser. Rund um den Schwanensee.
Yeah. There's Tom and Jerry. First character stop. Oh wow, look. Huh?
Come around here.
Yes, yes. Too many hills. Yep. Gotta motivate and push each other. Oh yeah, yeah, come on, boom, 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 boom. Yeah, thank you, thank you. Oh. Okay, okay. Almost, almost. Thank you, thank you. You go first, babe. Come on. Yeah. Hey, at least we'll get it under 3 hours. Yay. Yeah. Ain't nobody here. Tell us. Oh well.
So, wir haben 2 Finisher. Ja, schaut euch das an. Und wie die es nochmal krachen lassen hier. Das ist der Christopher und die Breezy. Christopher and Breezy.
Yay!
Congratulations for your fantastic finish. Here they are.
Hey. Thank you. Oh, there we go. Thank you. Whew. All right, guys. Well,
It's done.
it's done. There it is. Close up. I'll focus. Anyway, let's get us all cleaned up and
We'll recap this when we're back home.
Yeah.
And, we've got some stuff to
work on.
and
Yes.
go over.
But
More on that later.
yes.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, and we are back home from our racecation to Füssen, Bavaria, and ready to recap the trip itself, and of course, the half marathon.
Yes. So starting off, let's go with the trip itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Bavaria is a beautiful area. It's actually the largest state in Germany, and the area that we were at, it was gorgeous. I mean, we passed this huge lake. He actually put up a short.
Yeah.
You should go check it out because it was just beautiful. I mean, if we go down there again, we will stay near.
Yeah,
that
we'll
lake.
probably get like a little RV and actually stay right there.
It was beautiful.
And just hearing it, hearing the waves crash, waves
Well, just hearing
roll
the
or
lake
whatever, and the mountains and all that stuff were just very beautiful. And when we were driving by, I think we saw probably like 3 or 4 RV little vans or whatever, actually just sitting there and enjoying it. Of course, you know, the roads right there and just, the cars by. But anyway, a beautiful trip down there. And where did we actually stay? We stayed in...
Austria. Our hotel was over the border because Füssen is right on the border. And an area called Tyrol. And again, the whole area is beautiful. I mean, the Alps are right there. And it was a nice trip. The hotel, actually, I mean, of course, it's been repurposed and stuff, but it was built in the 1600s, the building itself. But yeah, I mean, it was.
It was.
It was a beautiful area. But on to the reason we went down there in the first place, the half marathon.
The half marathon.
Now, this is a day-long event that they hold, and because how it actually works is they run the marathon in the morning, and then they have kids races later in the afternoon, a couple different age groups, and then they have the quarter marathon, which is basically 10.4 kilometers, and then...
Yes, and then
there's the half marathon, which starts at 6 p.m. local time.
Yep.
So let's start with that.
Yeah. I mean, throughout the whole day, I mean, it was pretty easy. We were prepared. We slept in, had a good breakfast, and we didn't do much walking around because we knew we were going to have the half marathon, which, if you know you Disney fans and all that stuff, during the race weekends, a lot of people during the 5 and 10K decide to, visit the parks because there's enough time. And then the half marathon comes around and they're like, oh my God, what did I just do?
No, man, they go, sun up, sun down, 2 hours sleep,
let's go.
Again.
Yes. But anyway, we didn't really do much that day.
No.
And,
but we got there early because we wanted to make sure we found it and found parking, and then just sat around and until we had to start stretching and everything.
Yeah, we actually got there like a couple hours early.
3 o'clock. So we were there 3 hours early. And I honestly didn't think that the evening thing was going to be too much of an issue.
No.
Didn't think the distance was going to be too much of an issue.
No.
They had put that there was going to be some elevation gain, 90 meters at one point, which is about 300 feet. So then we start off.
There really wasn't a big crowd either for the half marathon. I think there was probably maybe 80 people.
No, there was more than that.
Really?
Oh yeah.
It seemed like there's only 80 people for the half marathon.
We should check that, but no, there was at least a few hundred. But speaking of, they all look very physically fit.
Yeah.
Like
we were the overweight people there.
Yeah. So I knew at that point that we were definitely gonna be.
We weren't breaking any records, that's for sure.
Which is fine. I mean, I'm not worried about that. And we had 3 hours. We knew that was our
limit.
That was a limit.
Time limit, yeah.
And definitely had no issues. I mean, no concerns about not being able to finish it in the 3 hours.
Yeah.
All right, so it kicks off, and we're going. It's going to be a loop. It's a 10.4 kilometer loop, basically, that we do twice. And so we kick off, and yeah, we are absolutely in the last few people, and we're going, and we're doing pretty good the first few miles.
Yep.
And then about mile 4,
Yes.
starts the climb, and it climbed. I actually clocked it the second time. It was about 0.75 miles that it climbs. And also though, for some reason, I don't know what was causing it or what caused it, but my stomach was really upset. Like, I had a buildup in, I don't know if this is TMI, but we're runners. Gas, I don't know what it was from, and it just
Maybe
sat
it was
there.
the change in elevation.
Oh. Okay, so speak of elevation,
Yeah.
we sit between 800-900 feet where we currently live. This was about 2,600 something feet.
Yeah.
So 1,800 feet difference, not that crazy. They usually say, 1,500 to 2,000 feet. You might have a little bit, but nothing major. But I felt sick, like, pretty much the entire race. But it gets worse. Don't worry, no, there's going to be no icky details. It doesn't get that bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we did the first climb, and we were able to run little bits of it. Yeah, for, like I said, about 0.75 miles.
Yeah.
And we get in the first lap. It was just under an hour 20, or right around an hour 20.
Yeah, it was around. Yeah, it was about. Yeah.
Yeah. And and people are there and they're cheering you, and because you actually start out and you go through the old town, and so you've got people eating outside the restaurants and they're cheering you on and everything.
Yeah.
And we start the second lap, and again, and at this point, when you're going to hit that incline again, it's in the last couple of miles.
It is. It's like in the last
unless we
2 miles.
Yeah.
Last 2 miles of the race. Yeah.
So we go and we start actually doing 2-and-1s. Running for 2 miles. I'm running for 2 miles. Running for 2 minutes, walking a minute, and that we do find with that,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
on the more flat areas. And then we get to that point again, and we just decided to walk the entire thing, not even try, because it was literally.
It's just constant, straight up, and it
we
was.
we're not.
We were not prepared for that, and it's almost like a repeat again.
Our elevation and our hill training is crap.
Yeah.
And so we're going to get to that here in a second.
Yeah.
But
I mean, we did finish it.
So yeah.
I mean, I think we were not last. There was actually.
Oh, so here's the funny thing.
Oh.
Okay, so we were in the last 5 people.
Yeah.
I knew that there was 2 girls behind us, and at one point a guy. And as we are heading in one point, because there wasn't a lot of, there were, if the term wasn't obvious at all, there were people standing there. But there was one point where the guy started going up the wrong way, and luckily I was able to flag him down, because otherwise I don't know what would.
He would have went somewhere else. Yeah.
So we did not. He ended up passing us at the end. He took off.
Yeah.
And
he had a little third wind or something.
Yeah. So we did finish. We actually finished in under 3 hours. We did. We'll get to why he posted more than 3 hours in a second.
Yeah.
But at that point, we knew there were still 2 girls behind us.
Yeah.
So we finish, and what did your watch say you had?
I had
12?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. 12. I think it was like 12.7, 12.8. So,
Mine was just over 13, but he wanted to, keep walking around until it actually said,
13.1.
So we did, and we actually watched the last 2 girls come in.
Yeah. Because, that kind of reminds me of when before we started the race and we were lining up for the race.
Oh, yeah.
Because before we were lining up, the 10K was still going on. And we were all in the corral or starting point or
area.
whatever. And there was still one more runner for the 10K. And they're announcing that she's coming in. And it was kind of like
people
we all
parted.
split and she's just running in. It's probably her best finish ever because, I mean, we were all just clapping her on, cheering her on. It was just awesome. But when we finished and crossed the line, there's nobody there.
There was a few people, and the announcer, he
Yeah.
was still excited. And he announced our names and everything else, and stuff. But yeah, we did. When we went to the sides and we waited for the other two
people,
girls to come through because we were really
gotta
hoping
finish
they
them,
were
yeah.
finishing. You had to finish because that was this start-finish line,
Mm-hmm.
so you at least had to get back there. But yeah, so overall,
Yeah. Oh, did you want to show the medal?
oh yeah,
The medal.
sure, killer medal.
Yeah. And some of the goodies that we got. So anyway, this is the medal. If you didn't see, hopefully it
So yeah, Füssen is the city. Allgäu is the region that Füssen is in.
Yeah. And then you flip it over and there it is.
And basically that means like the King's Palace Marathon because we were there near Neuschwanstein Castle. There's actually another castle in the area, but Neuschwanstein, of course, is it was one of King Ludwig's II, his dream home.
Yeah, so there's the banner on it too. So
lanyard.
not get the lanyard, yeah. So there's the medal. So it goes on the wall here.
And then we also got this cute little camping cup. It has the little logo man or person on it, and then a carabiner handle.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah,
it's a
nice
cute
little cup.
souvenir.
Yeah. And then that was about it. I mean, we got a towel and some fruit gels and stuff like that. So,
But overall, I mean, the race, it shouldn't have been as hard as it was. I mean, we've been training. We've done long runs. I mean, the elevation at the the elevation gain at the 2 points. Yeah, it was 200 and some feet at that initial area. But, and of course, stomach issues. Yeah, we have some stuff to work on.
yeah, there's a lot of stuff. I think another thing that excuse me. Wow. Another thing is that it was at night.
Well, it was in the evening.
Well, evening and all that stuff. So could have that been a factor? Maybe
That
not.
combined with a little bit more
Yeah,
elevation
also-
than we're used to.
Yeah. Who knows? All we know is that we need to revisit
Our training.
Yeah.
And that's what we have done.
Yeah.
We came back and basically this past week, we have sat down and started a new training plan.
Yeah.
Which we will give more specifics about here in the next week or two.
Yeah.
But it will involve more hill training, elevation training, and other things that we need to work on, including nutrition.
Yeah. Nutrition is probably the big key. Me drinking soda and popcorn for dinner every night's probably not
No,
good.
it's after dinner snack.
Oh yeah, those are the after dinner snacks. Yes.
And I love cheese.
Cheese.
Which, don't get us wrong, we are not giving up things like completely.
No.
And we've already done a lot better. Yeah, it's only been a week, but I honestly know that I already feel better. And I mean, I knew that. It's not like this is like, oh my gosh, mind-blowing new information.
Yeah.
We just have to be consistent with it. And
Yeah.
So overall, we did it. We got it done, and
It's good to do. I mean, would I do it again? I would do it again. I really liked it.
I really like the area.
Yeah, the area is beautiful. I know one of the big key things is for the race was actually seeing the castles. I'm sure you've seen them in the video. They're like really small. But it's kind of like the same thing when you take a picture of the moon. It's really small on the camera, but it's really big. And that was the same way. When we went to one portion right before the hills, you get to see both castles, and definitely would do it again.
Yeah, we were thinking about going to visit Neuschwanstein, going to do a tour on Sunday before we headed back home.
Yeah. We just need to get home to the Our kitties.
But also, the race,
Yeah.
like I said,
Yeah.
it was harder than it should have been.
But that's our recap. We got it done. It needs some work. And if you like the video, make sure you give it some thumbs ups. Comment below if you think that you would do it, or if you had issues. During running and all that stuff. Maybe
Everybody has
issues, all that
somewhere,
stuff. Yeah, but things that we're talking about. Maybe you have some remedies or something like that that you'd like to give to us. We always like to hear what there is out there. But with that being said, we will see you next week. Bye.